Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can tell, I'm super excited that you all decided to come back to watch my video today. And I know my voice is gone, but we're gonna ignore that. Like I've been saying, the devil is a fat liar, because I've been planning on shooting this video for the longest, and literally a few days before today my voice all of a sudden went. But like I said, we're gonna ignore that. We're gonna have a good time and we're gonna shoot this video. So later tonight I'm going out with my boyfriend and we're going to a rooftop lounge just to chill and catch up on the week, have a good time. So I thought, what would be better than to do a chit chat relationship video as I do my makeup. So right now I already put on my highlights for my eyebrows. Literally all I did was I brushed my brows with a toothbrush. Yes, I used a toothbrush, but of course not the one I used to brush my teeth, just to brush my brows. And I used this NARS concealer over my eyebrows just to make it look good. So the next thing I'm just gonna do is use this MAC Studio Fix concealer over my face, which will serve as my foundation. And the color I'm using is NC50, which I think is a little dark for my skin, but I prefer to have a darker skin tone than to have a skin tone that is wider than my actual skin color, if that makes sense. So now let's get started talking about relationships. So man, I really wanted to do this video because there's been so much I've learned regarding relationships. Yeah, so in the past, for some weird reason, I just had this mentality that relationships was just all about you being with that one girl or one guy, that you always feel is it bubbles or be butterflies in your tummy for every single time. However, that was a very wrong way of looking at things, because what then happens if the butterflies go, right? That means like literally the relationship is over. And that's how my previous relationships went, since it was just all about the butterflies. Once those feelings get out of the way, it's either me or the other guy that is no longer interested. Yeah, so something I've now learned over the years is that the key thing about relationships is that it's all about growth. It's about two imperfect people coming together, choosing to be committed to each other and consciously trying to grow together, which of course I'm very happy that I've been able to develop that perspective. And once you have that mentality, it really helps your relationship a whole lot, because like I mentioned, the tingling feelings are not always going to be there. As long as the two of you are growing, the relationship is likely going to last. So now I'm just going to be putting my Studio Fix matte powder on my face, and the color I use is NC46. So anyways, back to our relationship discussion. And something I'm also beginning to learn as well is how patience and understanding is so important in relationships. Oh my god, I used to underestimate that before, but man, it truly is. So something I learned from my mom is that it's very important to understand that the two of you are coming from two completely different backgrounds. You grew up in two different homes, so of course your mindset about certain things is gonna be very different. The way the two of you will approach problems is gonna be different. The way both of you will communicate, your personalities as well, is gonna be very different. Something she always said is, ensure you're always patient with the person as the person is getting to know you and understand you. And I understand it can be so hard, especially for me. There are times I can be very stubborn, right? And I just tend to forget, okay, Baya and I, we didn't grow up in the same home. Do you get, like, basically your perspectives about things be different, so it's just very important to really understand that. And when I was actually thinking through what my mom was saying, I just remembered how things were for me in the past, like in my previous relationships, because I remember there was a particular guy I dated, and just within a few weeks of us talking, I kept on saying, wow, we're telling each other, wow, the way we click it's just very amazing. What I'm just realizing is, of course, it's something I should know, is that it takes a while before you actually really get to know someone, especially if the two of you did not grow up together. Let's even look back at the relationship I was talking about. Of course, we felt, oh, we were clicking, but of course, like months down the line, we just realized, oh, we truly were not clicking. Like, we truly did not really understand each other, right? And it even also got me thinking about Miles Monroe's book, when he was talking about intimacy, because sometimes people just feel intimacy is all about like the thing going in your tummy, because I think that's what happened happened in my previous relationship, because there was just these butterflies in our tummy. We just felt, wow, we were clicking, which was not the case. So something Miles Monroe mentioned is that intimacy takes time to actually build, because true intimacy is not about the butterflies you feel, but it's about you actually developing a strong and genuine level of trust for the person you are with. So I just went ahead to finish up my powder offline because it was taking too long. So the next thing I always use is eyeshadow. I know mine doesn't look too fancy, but this is Anastasia Beverly Hills. I mean, I don't really use this palette as much, but I usually just like using this pink color, and I bought it as a single eyeshadow, not in a set. But anyways, moving forward, talking about relationships still. So something else that I don't want to say I've learned, because I'm still trying to practice it right now, but something I'm learning is learning to forgive real quick. Because like I mentioned earlier, the person you're with, you both grew up in different backgrounds, so you all, as you're dating, you're still in the process of actually truly getting to know each other. So while that is happening, of course there'll be conflict. I didn't say like you get people beating each other, because if your man or your man is beating you, that's an issue. I'm talking about maybe like minor conflicts, disagreements. There's going to be a lot of that, and expect that to happen because both of you are different. When the other person pisses you off, just be very willing to forgive real quick, which I'll be honest, I don't do this every time, which is not good, but I need to start doing that, because like they always say, unforgiveness creates a form of barrier between the two of you, because the longer issues linger for, it negatively affects the relationship, because it begins to even develop negative mentalities about the other person, right? And something else I haven't heard is that unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die from it. So as you all are getting to know each other, as conflicts are happening, just be ready to forgive. Oh my God, I feel like a hypocrite right now because because I don't do that sometimes, but it's something I'm definitely consciously trying to work on. And something else I've also really learned, right, is how having a mentor really helps in your relationship. Somebody that is more experienced in the area of marriage, relationships, and preferably somebody that is not a family member. For example, my mom was my mentor, and my boyfriend should piss me off and I report him to her. Of course, it's very easy for my mom to start picking sides with me. Actually, thinking about it, I don't think my mommy will pick sides with me. Okay, with my mom, I think she will pick sides with my boyfriend. But you get my point. So for my boyfriend and I, relationship mentor is actually someone that we both know, and he is actually a certified marriage relationship counselor, and it's so helpful, especially in resolving certain types of conflict, because like we all know, anytime we get into misunderstandings with other people, whether it's our boyfriend, girlfriend, or even our friends or family member, we always think we are right. However, if you have a mentor who is not one of the affected parties, it's very easy for them to look at the issue from an unbiased point of view and give advice on how the situation should be tackled, which is so helpful. Another thing that using a mentor has helped us with is getting us to reflect more on our relationship, because we typically meet with our mentor once every 2 weeks, and he gives us homework. Like, he's always giving us homework. Oh, just my homework that's supposed to be due in 2 days, I've not done it. But some of the questions he asks us is we should think about our parents' marriage, we should think about the things we don't like and the things they do that we actually like. And one of the reasons why he really wanted us to do that was for us to understand the foundation of our own relationship, because like we typically hear most of the time, people's relationships or marriage trend in the same direction that their parents' marriage is going, or how their parents' marriage went. So he didn't want us to do that, so that we can actually understand the foundation of our own relationship. And actually, after doing that, we actually realized that some of the good things that happen in our relationship is actually as a result of what happened in our parents' relationship. And we also realized as well that there are some things that are not going too good in our relationship that also happened as well in our parents' marriages. And without a mentor, I could have not even thought thought about doing such an assignment. So of course, after doing that, our mentor actually made us think about plans. Now that we identified these issues that are probably repeat issues from our parents' marriages, what are we going to do so that the cycle does not continue? And for the things that are going very well, what do we need to do to ensure it keeps getting better? At this point, I'm now gonna apply my top liquid eyeliner, and the one I use is e.l.f. liquid eyeliner. So back to relationships, and regarding the point I brought up about growing with each other, that's something you all need to be conscious about when you're in a relationship, like ensuring that the things you want to see happen in your marriage by God's grace is what you're practicing right now. So for example, our goal by God's grace, if we end up in together, is that we want to be praying together when we get married, which of course reflects spiritual growth. Something we're conscious about is ensuring that we do devotionals together and actually pray together while dating. And also regarding even your career plans, something we try to do is meet once in a while to talk about, okay, what are your goals for the next few years, so that we can actually develop a plan for how each person would achieve his or her goal. And also to ensure that we hold each other accountable, to ensure that we're doing the necessary things that needs to be done to achieve our goal. You all please give me 1 minute because I'm really struggling to do this, my top eyeliner, while holding this mirror. Give me 1 second. This sometimes can be a hassle. You know what? I know this is get ready with me, which I'm really struggling with. I'm gonna do this offline again, and by the time I come back, I would also be wearing my Jay's hair lashes. So I'll go finish up my top liner, wear Jay's hair lashes. Know if y'all can see it, and then I'll finish up the rest of my makeup. See ya. Oh gosh, guys, like, man, wearing lashes requires effort. When I first put those lashes on, I actually put it at the center of my eyelid. Like, it took me a while before I was able to get it in the right spot. Please comment below. I want to know your experiences with putting lashes on. And if you agree with me that wearing lashes is a lot of work, please like this video. The next thing I'm going to be using is mascara. So I typically use mascara for my bottom lashes, but I'm really loving these lashes though, I'll be honest. Man, Jay's hair, you're rocking, you're killing these lashes. So the other thing I really wanted to highlight is how you should never compare your relationship to other people's relationships. I'll be honest, this sometimes can be very difficult, especially in today's day and age of social media. Everyone posting their relationship goals, and then you all of a sudden assume that the way they look in picture is how they look behind closed doors. And I'll be honest with you, it's very hard because it's something I actually also struggle with sometimes. I'll go on Instagram, I'll see these two fine ass couples. I'm like, man, these people are in, let's say, Dubai together. They're having a good time as a couple. Wow, I wish my relationship were like this. I'll be honest, it's very easy to think that way, but most of the time I just try to snap out of that kind of mindset because it affects things in the relationship. It can also make you start looking at your partner differently, which you don't want that to happen. And like, I'll be honest, I do this sometimes, and I'm just sharing this with you all because I've seen how doing that has affected my relationship. So I don't want you all to do the same. And also regarding comparing your partner to other people, it's just very important to understand that everyone has their unique strengths and everyone also has their unique weaknesses as well. Something I've even come to realize is the strength you admire in another person, if we're now to look at their weaknesses, it's probably going to be weaknesses that you would not be able to deal with. Do you get what I'm saying? So of course, the content with what you have is very important to have someone that is willing to grow. So of course, if that person, if your partner has a particular weakness, I'm sure if you talk to them about it without comparing them to someone else, they'll be more than willing to grow and change that weakness to make it become a strength. Yeah, so the other thing I'm gonna apply as well is lower eyeliner, which I love because it just brings out my eyes even more, makes it look really nice. So regarding comparing each other to other people and even other relationships, something I've learned is that it's very, very easy to focus on what is wrong about something. However, you can train yourself to focus on the good things, focus on what that person has that is a strength. And something I'm actually trying to practice is doing maybe like a 30-day gratitude challenge that I would not complain for 30 days about my relationship or about my partner, but instead I'll think about the things that are good about them and just say thank you, God, for bringing this person into my life because he has X, Y, and Z qualities, as opposed to complaining about the things he doesn't have. And I just learned that that would help change your perspective about things, to help change your mindset and even make your relationship more enjoyable. So the other thing I'm going to use right now is brown lip liner, and let me see what brand this is. This is Wet n Wild. I think we got this from Walmart or something. And I know I've been talking a lot. Now I really want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts about relationships? What are some learnings you feel other people need to know? Please comment those in the comment section. I really want to hear from you all, especially from people that are more experienced than I am. I've only been in a relationship for a year now, so I want to hear from people that have been in relationships longer, and most especially from people that are married. Please share, help your sister or brother. And the other thing I like using on my lips is my red lipstick. I mean, just a touch of it, because if you notice, in most of my videos I just have clear lips, like I don't really have any color on my lips, but I just want to use a touch of this my red lipstick, like literally a touch, actually 2 touches. I'm just gonna rub this. Next thing I'm gonna apply on my lips is lip gloss. Oh my god, I love me some lip gloss. Now I can't even find my lip gloss. Like, where my lip gloss at? Okay, yeah, just found it. Then we're gonna be all done. Perfecto. So we're all done. Oh my god, I'm loving this Jay's hair wig. I'm loving my Jay's hair lashes. I'm just loving everything about my look right now. Let me know what you think about my look. Thank you all so much for watching my video. Thank you for hearing my thoughts about relationships. I would love to hear yours as well. And most of all, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you all so much. Bye.